Good afternoon, welcome back to Loving Love Mallorca. Just taking Snow for a little walk tonight. Just going around the lake in the Bellevue. Ends up at the top of the Bellevue strip. So this is Snowy, as you're probably aware. She's the star of tonight's film. This is her walk. So after all the rotten weather we've had recently with the wind, etc., it's nice to have a little bit of normal weather, isn't it? The temperature's quite nice today, there's no clouds. And for people who don't know this walk we're doing tonight, we're going past the go-karts, there it is there, in the corner of Bellevue. This is the time that Snowy loves so much. She comes off the lead and can have a good run around. And she catches me up and I wait for her. Come on Snowy, off we go. Now this dirt track stroke road does go up to Playa de Muro. This is the road you can go if you're going up the mountains, one side of it. You can come up here on mountain bikes or whatever. At the excursions, some of them take you up here on the quad bikes and things. So that's the aerials on top of the mountains you can see. It's a beautiful walk when you go up to the mountains that way. So we continue up this path. In a second or two on the right hand side is the way you take if you're going to the underground church or walk up to the top of the mountains. Snowy knows her way, you know. Normally we take a right up there on our walk. This path here takes you up to the underground church and up the mountain track, which is a lovely little walk if you've got a little bit of time. All you got to do is follow the path. They're all sign written. I've got several films on them since I've been making them to the underground church and up the mountain. But she's a good girl. If I don't turn up the track, she knows exactly where we're going. This is a very pleasant way to come just for a walk, cycle ride or whatever you choose. If you choose to do any of these walks, cycle rides, horse rides or whatever activity you like around these sort of areas, because the water's only just over there, so it's a good idea to have lots of mozzie spray on, because there are a lot of mozzies round here, and if you're not careful you do get bitten quite a lot. Just a thought. So you can see we've first come to the end of this road now where the bins are just up there. That is the start of Playa de Muro. We're going to be turning left in a second or two. It takes us over a little bridge over the canal and then be walking back towards the top of the Bellevue strip. Snowy knows exactly where she's going, doesn't she? Well, this is a path we're going to be taking, just up the path there, which takes us over the bridge over the canal. So that's one of the bridges we're going to cross in a minute. This is the canal that you see at the back of the Bellevue, just here. It's so peaceful and quiet round here. It's just, this is one of the walks I like taking on the most, because you can really think about different things, if you know what I mean. You know, it's just puts you into that mindset, doesn't it, if you know what I mean. I mean, the dog barks something chronic and snowy, but she doesn't really take any notice of them. There you are, there's a Bellevue down there we're looking at. So where we are here, this is just the top of Alcudia, the start of Playa de Muro. It's about a month now until we can start taking snow onto the beach, onto the sands. So it's going to be quite nice to make videos of actually being able to walk down the port and different parts of the island. So it's going to be a bit cooler by then, isn't it? So we don't have to worry so much about overheating on the island. No, Snowy, we're not playing crazy golf tonight. It's lovely, isn't it, how the sun hits the water, makes these patterns. I mean, what more do you really want than a lovely walk with a dog and some of these really marvellous views, eh? It just makes life so lovely, doesn't it? People say that Snow's lucky to have me, but quite honestly, I reckon I'm lucky to have her, you know. I really do. So there's plenty of roads come down from the main road to meet us down here. Just keep on following the track and you won't go far wrong. As long as Snowy doesn't suddenly think it'd be fun to dive in there and play with the ducks, everything will be alright, won't they? Otherwise I'll go home with wet feet. All around the island you'll see empty buildings like this one. The builders just run out of money before finishing to build them, then they're just laid empty. these unusual sort of like engine parts and different things to have in your front garden. A lot of the time just around this area here where Trudy and I and Snowy come more in the winter, and we sort of bring like a picnic with us and we sit on one of these chairs and just let Snowy have a little wander by herself. There's always a dog or two for around to play with round here. So I've seen a good handful of fishermen enjoying the peace and tranquility today. So we walked a fair old distance today, haven't we? Of course, those buildings you can see in front of you, the hotels, they're up the top of the Bellevue strip. I do try to alter Snowy's walks, so as you can imagine, she must get pretty bored as much as we would doing the same thing time after time. So I suppose I've got about half a dozen or so that I take her on round this way, round Alcudia. Isn't it what a beautiful view, eh? And this leads us back to the main road. So just like normal, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's film. If you could please give us a big thumbs up, it really does help. And if you haven't already, subscribe. So on behalf of myself and Snowy, who's getting ready to go home, I'd like to thank you. And until the next video, I bid you good night. Thank you for watching. Bye bye now.